All right, good morning or evening, afternoon, wherever this finds you. We're going to start on we're going to start in a seat, but we're going to need 2 blocks today for a particular pose. If you don't have access to 2 blocks, we will have options for whenever we get to the pose that we're going to that includes them for different options that will give you the same sort of quality that we're looking for in the pose. But if you have them, bring them out. And we're going to start seated. And if you have blocks, let's sit on one on the shin bones. So you can put the block the long ways right between your ankles. Come on to your bottom. You might even need to manually move your calves a little to the side to create some space to be seated. And then we'll let the hands come to rest. Roll the shoulders down and back and close our eyes. Just take a moment to let the dust settle in your day. Just let your body settle into the space. Let your breath become a little richer, a little slower, a little deeper. Locate the space of your third eye, which would be right between your brow and just slightly above. The location of our 6th chakra, the Ajna chakra, which is responsible for our right to see. So it's said that we have our 2 real eyes to see outward and then our third eye to see inward. So when we talk about our right to see, it's about our right to see inside, to self-reflect. You'll often hear at the third eye, it's the seat of our intuition. So within this right to see, it's also our right to see and visualize broader meaning, symbolism, it's our right to envision a future for ourselves. So it's a space of learning, self-study. If we relate it to the koshas, which our koshas are our layers of being, some might describe them as sheaths. I think of this 6th chakra as related to our Vijnanamaya kosha, which is our wisdom layer. It's what has us, after time and time again on our mats, start to learn when it's time to push forward, when it's time to back off, when it's time to trust our guts, to listen inward. So I invite you in the exploration of our practice today to truly tune in to this wisdom space, to this right to self-reflect and to see internally and to notice your reaction. Way you respond to where we go, both within this time together and outside in the real world and real life. As you take your hands together, your palms touching, just snuggle your thumbs right up to the space of the third eye. Just this subtle pressure of your thumbs to help turn it on and initiate this deeper curiosity. a big deep breath in through the nose. As you exhale, release your hands right down to the center of your heart. Think of your heart drawing upwards into your thumbs. Again, this encouragement of length through the body and lift through the very top of the head. You could keep your eyes closed or open, but as you release your hands alongside the body, use your inhale to circle the arms all the way up and over your head. And then exhale, slide your hands right back down to the center of your heart. Release the hands alongside the body. We'll take that 2 more times. Big inhale to sweep your arms wide and up. And then exhale to draw your palms together at heart center. Down to the sides of the body. 1 more time. Full breath in. Exhale your hands to your heart. If your eyes are closed, you can draw them open. And then shift forward to tabletop. And arrange your blocks right up to mid-height. If you don't have blocks, you can utilize the ground. You'll just get a slightly different sensation. Before we head there, plant your palms right in front of your blocks. If you're following along with music, you can go ahead and hit play on that first track. And on an inhale, sway your belly to the ground. Let your heart billow upwards, your tailbone lift. Exhale, round through your spine and take your chin to your chest. Again, inhale, lower the belly, let your heart peek forward, your eyes lift, throat open. And then exhale to round. And take that 1 more time. Big breath in, sway the belly down. Exhale and round. And coming back to neutral, now we'll take your elbows right to the center of your blocks, or take your elbows to the ground. That works too. Plant your palms together and dip your head down between your arms. Imagine that third eye coming down to rest on the floor. And the intent is to stretch out through the shoulders, through the chest. So that means that our hips are nice and high here. The elbows are far enough forward where we can generate that length at the backside of the arms. Let your head rise back up. Slide your hands back down to the floor. Scoot your blocks out to the sides. Crawl the hands forward a couple inches in front of the shoulders and slide right back to down dog, raising your hips up and back. Give yourself a little time to move and explore. A little pedaling out of the legs, shaking out of the head. Take a full breath to arrive in stillness. And as you exhale, tiptoe your feet forward to the front of your space. Dangle over your legs. Capture opposite elbows. Put a generous bend into your knees, and as you sway your torso over to the right, start to rise up through the right side. Inhaling to float your elbows all the way up. Exhale, send your clasped elbows to the left. Come back down to your fold as you soften the knees and relax the head. And then go the opposite way. Swing over to the left. Inhale, rise up. Get that side body stretch on the way. Over to the right and then return to your fold. And 1 more time each way. Swing to the right. Inhale, rise all the way up through center.
Exhale, circle down and back to your fold. One last time to the left. Inhale, rise on up. Exhale, over to the right. Forward fold over your legs. Relax your arms down to the ground. Breathe in halfway. Find length and space in your spine. Plant your palms. Exhale, high plank position. Find the very top of a push-up. Hold it here. Firm up through the legs. Move the chest forward through your shoulders. And feel your hands hugging toward each other. So could the chest muscles get a little more involved in this plank? Two more cycles of breath. Keep your eyes slightly forward. And when we inhale, drive your weight forward, hug your elbows in. Exhale, go slowly all the way down to meet the belly. Uncurl the toes, inhale, pick up the heart, find your cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips up and back. Continue with any additional movements you need in this shape. And then the inhale, take your right leg all the way up to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot forward to meet your hands. Sink your hips down, stretch your heart forward, elongate on the breath in, and then straighten through that front leg. Feel free to use your blocks if you have them. Forward fold over that right shin. Rebend your knee, take a breath in, open through that left hip flexor, and then straighten the front leg, exhale, take the fold. One more time, rebend, full breath in. Straighten on the exhale and fold. As you rebend the front knee, sink your back knee down to the ground. Inhale, lift your arms all the way up and overhead to a low lunge. Take hold of the left wrist with the right hand and just lean to the right. Side body stretch down that left edge. We're still tucking your right hip toward the back of the mat. Lifting the back side of the ribs up. Inhale back through the center. Exhale, release your hands to the earth. Straighten out that back leg one more time. And then inhale to raise your right arm all the way up to the sky. Circle that right arm way far forward over your ear. Release your hand back to the ground and take a big step forward. Inhale, halfway for length. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale your arms overhead, rising all the way. Exhale, palms together at the heart. Inhale, take your arms back up. Exhale, dive forward and down. Breathe in, halfway, lengthen through the spine. Plant your palms, exhale, high plank position. Right away, shift forward and lower down, halfway or to the belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, lift your left leg to the sky. Exhale, lightly step it forward. Draw the heart forward, sink the hips down so you feel that elongation in that right front of the hip. And then breathe out and lengthen the front leg as you bow forward and get into that left hamstring. Rebend, take a breath in, heart forward. Lengthen the front leg, exhale, fold. One more time, rebend, breathe in. Lengthen on the exhale. Now rebend the front knee, take your back knee onto the earth. Inhale, lift your arms all the way up to the sky. Capture the right wrist and lean over to the left. Pull your left hip to the back of the mat. Lift again the back side of the ribs, super subtle, but just still going for length in the torso, even as you side bend. Breathe in to rise all the way back up. Exhale, release your hands down. Lengthen your back leg once again. Inhale, lift your left arm to the ceiling. Stretch that arm all the way forward over the ear, and then release the hand back down. Big step to the front. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale your arms to the sky, rising up. Exhale, palms together at the heart. Inhale, take them back to the sky. Exhale, dive forward and down. Breathe in, come halfway up, lengthen through the spine. Touch your fingertips to the ground. Exhale your right foot to the back of the mat. Release your knee to the earth. Take one inhale to stretch the arms out. See if you could even lean a little further back. Exhale, release your hands down to the ground. High plank, step back. Shift forward and lower down. Breathe in, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, step it through. Take the back knee down. Inhale, lift the arms up, stretch a little further back. Expose the heart, lift the third eye. Exhale, release the palms. Big step forward, find the front of your space. Come halfway up as you breathe in. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms to the sky, rise up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Inhale, take them back up. Exhale, dive forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale your hands down, step your left foot back. Release your knee, inhale, lift your arms, stretch back, open that front body. Exhale, hands to the earth, high plank, step back. Shift forward and lower. Inhale, raise your heart. Exhale, raise your hips. Breathe in, send the left leg up. Exhale, step through. Back knee to the earth. Inhale, lift your arms, stretch all the way up and back. Exhale, lower your hands. Big step forward, inhale, halfway. Exhale, take the fold. Scoot your feet to touch, bend your knees, inhale, chair pose, raise your arms. Rise all the way to stand, exhale, your hands together at your heart. Rebend your knees, inhale, chair pose, take your arms up. Feel free to keep them a little bit lower, feel free to goal post them. As you lean your hips down and back, let your heels get nice and heavy. Your belly button draw inward toward your spine. The breath activate. Take your hands behind you, interlace the fingers together. Stretch your knuckles straight back. Puff up the heart. And as you breathe out, forward fold, send your knuckles up and over. Slide the shoulders up and out of the ears. And continue folding forward. Release your hands down to the ground. Inhale, halfway, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, step or maybe hop through chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe in, lift your right leg skyward. Exhale, step your right foot forward, spin the back heel flat to the ground. Warrior one, face forward as you inhale and lift the arms up. And then lace the hands overhead, but keep your index fingers and thumbs pointing up, steeple mudra. Plug your right hip toward the back of the mat, the left hip forward, and then lengthen the sides of the body. And imagine with those index fingers, like you're drawing a line along the ceiling. See if you can stretch the arms a little further back. Expose the chest. Deepen the bend in that front knee. On the exhale, now draw a line along the ceiling, take it forward, point it toward the front corner of the room. Pull your right hip toward the back of the room. And now spin to your left toes. Keep leaning forward, raise your left leg, warrior three. Soften the right knee, suction your low belly up and in. And then release your hands down to the ground. Stack your hips, open up to half moon, raise your left arm up to the sky. If you have your blocks available, feel free to tuck one beneath the right hand. Energize that lifted left leg, flex the ankle, and enliven the toes. And then soften the right knee, look to the very back of the mat. See where you want your left foot to land for warrior two, and then rise up, find your shape. And readjust in the feet as you need, so heel to arch. Steady your eyes, past your right middle finger. I think drishti being an important piece of the puzzle when we activate the sixth chakra, drishti being your gaze, your focal point. Sometimes it's even nice to take the gaze away. So at any point, find that internal seeing, feel free to close the eyes down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Flip your right palm to the sky. Inhale, rise up and reverse. Stretch back. On the exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the earth. Shoot the right foot back. See if you can hover the right foot and even pick that right foot up to engage the glute, and then shift forward and lower down. Right toes land in up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just a moment to assess the difference between your sides. That internal curiosity. Inhale, float your left leg. Exhale, step it through. Spin the back heel flat. Inhale, lift your arms up to warrior one. Steeple mudra with the hands. And notice if your ribs are really poking forward. See if you can tuck the ribs in. Take your tailbone, point it down to the ground. So this really subtle manipulation through the pelvis. And then draw that line along the ceiling toward the back of your room. Expose your chest up to the sky. Lengthen the inner elbows. And then take that line, draw it forward. Point your index fingers on the diagonal out in front of you. Spin to the right toes. As you launch the right leg up to warrior three, right away, hug your low belly up and in. Minimize the sogginess through the abdominals. And then roll your right inner thigh to the sky. Spread through the toes. Take your hands down to the floor, set up for half moon, and stack the hips. Raise your right arm. So now your right toes point to the right. If you can look back at your right foot, the foot is in your line of vision. And then chin off the chest. So drishti here, it could be down to the ground, it could be to the side of the room, steady, or it could be up toward your right thumb. And start first by looking to the back of the mat. See where you want the right foot to land. Bend your left knee, and as quietly as you can, step back and rise up. Square your upper body to that right side of the mat. Draw your left knee to the left side of the mat. Still here, still breathing. We'll take 2 more cycles. Once again, as you face your left palm to the sky, inhale, reverse all the way up and back. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, shoot the left foot back. See if you can really lift up through that left leg if you're floating it, and lower down. Breathe in, both feet land. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Give yourself a couple deep breaths here just to reset for a moment. While I grab water, because I still feel like I could blow my nose and clear my throat 5 bajillion times. On the inhale, look forward toward your hands. Exhale, step or hop all the way to meet them. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Draw your feet to touch, bend your knees, inhale, come back to chair pose. Take your elbows, take hold of opposite elbows overhead. Use your fingers to pull up on the outer skin of the arms. At the same time, soften the shoulder heads down and out of the ears. Sink the hips down and back, and then side bend to the right. Tug on that left elbow. Through center as you inhale. Exhale to the left. Tug on that right elbow. Keep sinking the hips back, pulling your navel back, lifting your chin. Back to center on the inhale, lift your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your palms, exhale, high plank, step back. Shift forward, lower all the way down to the belly. Hold here on the belly. Lengthen the arms all the way back alongside the body. Touch your palms down to the earth. Now on the inhale, lift everything up but the hands. Lift the shoulders, the chest, the legs, the palms stay down. I want you to think of that whole back side of the body working here. So start with the upper back. Hug the shoulder blades together. Firm up those posture muscles. Feel the erector spinae right alongside the spine, firing up. The glutes, the hamstrings, the calves. Full breath. Exhale, down to the ground, turn your head to one side, take a moment, just a breath, and let it go. Do that same thing again, inhale, lift everything up but the hands. See if the fingers could even scoot a little further back. Lift the front of the shoulder head so we're not collapsing in the upper body, we're really engaged and turned on. Especially those muscles alongside the spine, can you fire those guys up? And now keep everything lifted. Now just move your hands right next to your chest. Like a teeter-totter, lower the legs. Inhale, lift the heart, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, step it through. Spin the back heel flat, steeple mudra. Inhale, rise up, stretch back. Exhale, right to warrior 3. Shift to the left toes and raise your leg. Release the hands down. Inhale, open up to the left, half moon. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse, sweep toward the back of your space. Exhale, hands to the ground, shoot the right foot back, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe in, lift your left leg. Exhale, step forward. Back heel grounds. Inhale, steeple mudra to rise up and stretch back. Find the back bend. Exhale, warrior 3. Half moon on the inhale, open up the body. Exhale, warrior 2. Reverse, take a breath in. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step it back, float the left leg, engage the glute. Inhale. Exhale, same thing. Breathe in, right leg. Exhale, step forward. Back heel flat. Inhale, steeple mudra to rise up. Exhale, warrior three. Open half moon, take a breath. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse, inhale. Exhale, hands down. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe in, left leg. Last time, exhale, step through. Warrior one, inhale, steeple mudra, step up and back. Exhale, warrior three. Open up, half moon, take a full inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, hands down. Shoot that left foot back, lower down strong. Inhale. Exhale. Take your knees to the ground. Take your elbows to the ground. Interlace the fingers together. Tuck the elbows right beneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes, lift your hips. Dolphin pose, we're looking back at the feet. Bend the knees as much as you need. Take it out of the hamstrings. Bring it into the upper back and shoulders. Stretch your heart back. Press into the elbows. Again, the upper arm bones getting longer and the sides of the waist getting longer. Still here. 2 more breaths. And now take your knees down to the ground. Walk your hands up and onto your hips. Setting up for camel. Tuck your elbows straight back behind you. Inhale, lift up through the heart. Think of like when we were on our belly, those muscles alongside the spine. Think of them working here. The back body working. You can engage the glutes. That's okay. Pick up the heart. You might even look back. Keep rolling your inner thighs to the back of the room, zipping your elbows toward each other. And then unravel the spine, inhale it forward. Ooh, exhale, release your hands down towards the top of the mat. Downward facing dog, send your hips to the sky. Inhale, lift your right leg to the ceiling. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Lift your left leg up and into the air, standing splits. Now pull your left knee in toward your chest. Bend your right knee. Inhale, lift all the way up to balance. Keep pulling your left knee up toward your chest. On the exhale, drive your left leg to the back of your room. Take your arms alongside your body. So different version of warrior three. And then come right back up. Inhale, lift your arms, lift your left knee. Exhale, warrior three. One more time, inhale, rise up. You want to feel this right leg working. Glute, hamstring. Exhale, kick it back. Hold it here. Pull the left knee in toward the chest. And then extend the left leg straight back out. Nothing else moves, just that left leg. Inhale, pull your knee in toward your chest. Exhale, kick that left leg straight back. Still working that base right leg. One more time. Inhale, pull the knee to chest. Exhale, kick the left leg back. Big step back, high lunge, full breath in, flip the arms. Exhale, release your hands down. Set your left knee to the floor. Kick the right leg straight back to hover. Hands are right beneath the shoulders. Tap your right toes down to the floor, leg stays straight. Use that glute to lift the right leg back up. Inhale, tap the toes. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift and hold. Now keep your leg high. Bend your right knee. Imagine you have a band around your right foot. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Keep the knee high. Exhale, bend. Try to feel that glute and hamstring. One more time. Lengthen the leg. Exhale, bend. Hold it bent. Little pulses to the sky. Little pulses. Firm the glute. 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Turn your right knee wide to the side. Pull your right knee to the outside of your right arm. Plant your foot to the outside of the hand. Straighten that back leg out behind you a little more. Just scoot the knee back. Zip the right knee into your right arm. And now circle your right arm toward the back of the room. See if you can bend the back knee, capture the toes with the right hand. And then press your foot back into your hand, open up the heart, lean the head back. All right, now release that back foot if you have it. Slide your right knee back to meet your left knee. Grab your blocks. Now, if you don't have your blocks, you can do this in dolphin. So dolphin was when we were just having the elbows on the ground, lace the hands, and lifting the hips to the sky. So feel free to take that. Otherwise, we're gonna set the blocks at the high setting. Take your hands right behind your blocks, and then take your shoulder heads right to the middle of your blocks. Set them down. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips up to the sky. Your head's gonna get close to the ground. Now walk your feet in as close as you can. Keep looking forward, not at your feet. Lift your right leg on the inhale, engage that glute we just fired up, and then exhale, release. Do the opposite, inhale, left leg, engage the glute. Exhale, release. Now tiptoe your feet to the back of the mat. Keep the shoulders on the blocks. We're in this assisted forearm plank, or really assisted chaturanga. And then walk your feet back in, pike your hips up to the sky. Look forward, not at your feet. Inhale, lift your right leg, engage your glute. Exhale, release. Left leg, breathe in. Exhale, release. Walk your feet back, assisted chaturanga. If you're in that dolphin, you're going to be in a forearm plank. And then release your knees to the ground. Press your shoulders up off your blocks, send them to the sides if you've had them. Take your hands to your hips, second camel. Zip the elbows back. Angle the tailbone down. Inhale, lift up through the heart. Engage that back body as you stretch back to open the front body. Keep breathing. You can close your eyes if you want. Find that internal reflection, internal seeing. Slow inhale, look forward, head rises last. Sit on the heels. Take a moment just to be neutral. Just to be upright with the head. Let the blood come back to the body, the nervous system neutralize. So a lot of this third eye chakra, it's that, again, that internal reflection, that internal seeing, your reaction, your response. So notice as we start to build toward where we're going, what's happening in that space. Are there limiting beliefs? Do you get bullheaded about something? Do you want to back off? Do you want to quit? Can there simply be curiosity? That's it. Take your hands back to the front of the mat. Downward facing dog, send your hips up to the sky. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step it forward. Launch your right leg up and into the air. Pull your right knee in toward your chest. Without holding onto the knee, bend the left knee a little bit. Press into the left foot. Inhale, rise up to balance. Take that right knee to the chest and the fingers overhead. Exhale to warrior three. Sweep your arms back, kick the right heel behind you. And then bend a little into that left knee, rise right back up to balance. Inhale, lift the right knee, lift the arms. Focus on this left glute. Kick the right leg back, keep the arms with it. One more time, inhale, rise up, lift up. Exhale, kick it back, and now hold it back, super steady eyes. This lifted right leg, that's your mover. Inhale, pull the right knee in toward the chest. Exhale, kick the right leg straight back. Even though the right leg is moving, inhale, bend, pull it in. The left leg is the worker. Exhale, push the right leg back. Super slow and controlled. Hug the belly in one more time. Pull the right knee in, breathe in. Shoulder heads are lifted. Exhale, kick the right leg back, hold it back. Step your right toes to the back of the mat. Release your hands to the floor, set the right knee down. Shoot the left leg straight back to hover. Hands are under the shoulders. The left leg stays straight. Inhale, tap the toes. Glute and hamstring. Exhale, lift it up. Engage that back side of the chain. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. It takes that internal focus. Exhale, lift and hold to engage the right muscles. Bend your left knee, keep it high. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Focus on that glute and hamstring. Exhale, straighten. Tell them to go to work. One more time, bend. Straighten. Now, as you bend into your knee, little pulses straight up. Left glute, left glute, left glute, left glute. 3, 2, hold it up. Turn the left knee wide. Pull the knee to the outside of your left arm. Plant the foot forward and wide. Scoot that right knee a little further back. Sink your hips down and low. Pin the left knee in. As you circle the left arm back, see if you can capture the right toes. Rather than pulling the foot in, press the foot back. Can that create more extension in the spine, more lift in the heart? All right, if you have that back foot softly release, scoot the left knee back to meet the right knee. Take your blocks back in, high setting. So once again, we're going to take the shoulder heads to the blocks. So if you don't know where we're headed yet, we're working toward chin stand. In this shape, it's because your head gets really close to the ground, you'll probably be tempted to look back and touch your head down. We want, if there's any part of the head touching the floor, hence the name of the pose, the chin to be touching the floor. But we're not jamming the chin onto the ground. We want to be careful because there's a lot of extension in the cervical spine. So we're trying to be as light as we can on that chin. If you don't have your blocks, you can work on forearm stand or hold your dolphin or headstand if you want. So something that's going to get your legs up into the air. And we're working on this inversion and this internal curiosity, sixth chakra, as we explore the space. Okay, so if you're heading toward chin stand with me, we want your blocks. Sorry, I have so much going on in my head, not like thoughts, but like, I don't know, allergies or something. We want the shoulder heads right in the center of the blocks because we want them to be stable. The hands are right behind the blocks. So the blocks have to be about your shoulder width distance. Scoot the knees in, one shoulder at a time, touch them onto the blocks. They're fully supporting you. Palms are flat behind the blocks. Now look forward, tuck your toes, lift your knees. We have to walk the feet in as close as possible to your hands. Keep looking forward. Lift one leg up into the air. Use that glute we just fired up. Keep firming that leg. Keep pressing that right leg if that's what's in the air. Back behind you. And as you press that leg back, that's what's going to float the other leg. It is a back bend shape. So the heart's going to pull forward. We're looking forward and we're squeezing the legs together. Zip the elbows in. One leg at a time takes you back down. Oh, and then we'll come up and rest for a second. And we're gonna try the other side. Okay, so when I lifted a leg, I'm pressing that leg away from my back of the mat, past the front of the mat. It's in that pressing of that leg that's gonna help float the other leg. There might be a little gentle kicking, but I prefer you avoid wild kicking that's gonna get you out of control. And instead think of leaning forward to lift the leg. Here we go, second time. Shoulders on the blocks, hands behind the blocks. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, look forward. Look forward, not at your feet. Walk your feet in. Get your butt as high as you can, because that way you're already halfway in the pose. Lift your opposite leg. Engage the back of the leg. Keep sending that leg behind you, which I know is scary, but the more you do that, the more that other leg is going to work to float and hover. And then think of pulling the chin forward, stretch the heart forward, stretch the legs a little further backwards, and engage those muscles alongside the spine. One leg at a time takes you back down. Woo, lift upright. Tuck your chin to your chest. Flexing that cervical spine. Remove your blocks if you have them. Keep your knees together, your thighs together, your feet together. Take the very top of the head down toward the floor. Kind of different than child's pose. Now you might hold on to the heels with your hands and start to lift your hips up and roll even closer to the very top of the head. We're trying to find the stretch through the back of the neck and the upper back. Rabbit pose. And then relax your hips all the way back down. Tuck your hands under your shoulders. Rise all the way back upright. Ooh. Swing your legs around, have a seat. All right, cross the right shin in front of the left shin. We're just gonna take a hip opener here, a forward fold. It's just super gentle. So crawl the hands forward, let your head relax down. If you decide you want to put a block underneath your head, that could be a nice thing to rest your third eye onto. Of course, if your hips are feeling spacious enough to do double pigeon, you could always stack right shin on top of left. But we're thinking of this really just as this transitional slow down space. Not necessarily our deepest hip opener. Take a full breath in through the nose. Long breath out. Walk your hands back in. Switch the crossing of your legs. Come on down to your fold again. Relax your head down. Relax the shoulder space, the neck space. And one more breath cycle here. Inhale, rise right back up. And we'll stay seated a little longer. Just take your hands behind your head. Give your chin a nod back to your chest. And now send your elbows forward, round the spine, and give your head just the gentlest hug down. Inhale, rise back up. Touch your fingertips out to the sides. Swivel your right ear to your right shoulder. Take your chin to your chest. Left ear to the left shoulder. One more time each way. Chin to chest. Take it over the right. Chin to chest. Take it all the way to the left. As you relax your head back down, we'll straighten the legs out in front of you. Come on, down to your back. Give your knees a hug to the chest. Little rock side to side. And lower your knees over to the left. Take your right arm out to the right. Look to the right. And inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Take your left arm wide. Bring it back through the center. We'll take the soles of the feet together. Let the knees stand apart. The arms wherever they're comfortable. And close your eyes. This internal exploration. Ajna chakra, third eye. Makes me think of, in the book Untamed, if you happen to read that, it was really popular last year, Glennon Doyle. She talks about your inner knowing. It's like that feeling where you're trying to make a decision about something and you're like, let me just call my friend and see what they think. Let me call my mom, let me call my sister. Let's see what my coworker thinks about that. Like, we think everyone else has the answers for us, but really we're the ones. We are the only ones who know what is right for us, what is right for our lives, and where we're going. So even in the course of a singular day, if you're practicing this in the morning, I want you to think about your day ahead. If you're practicing this at night, I want you to think about your next day. I want you to visualize all the spaces you're going to be in, all the people you might see, all the things that you might do. Those little tiny questions and decisions that arise where you have to make a choice. Trust yourself. You are the one who knows what is best for you. Give yourself one final breath before Shavasana. And as you're ready, set yourself up for your resting space. Just letting your legs relax out in front of you, your arms rest alongside your body. Final moments of pure enjoyment. Just relishing in the moment that's right in front of you. The moment we're in together. To reawaken through the breath and slowly through the body. You can take your time in the exploration, space between, taking whatever movements that you need in order to rise to a seat eventually. And at that seat, when we take the hands together and sit it at the heart, just let the thumbs once again sidle up next to that third eye space. And the seat of your intuition and your inner knowing. Space where we build trust and wisdom. With honor to that, namaste.